A balmy night overhead of Cowboys Stadium in Arlington. This for week 2 of the all-time rosters preseason, featuring the LA San Diego all-time Chargers and the all-time Dallas Cowboys. And we are set for kickoff out of Arlington, and week 2 of the preseason is underway. Hayward from a yard deep brings it back across the 20. It is nailed at the 23-yard line, setting up one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. He is the Hall of Famer out of Oregon and leader of Air Coryell in the 1980s. The league leader in passing from 79 all the way to 82, and one of the most prolific leaders in franchise history. That's Dan Fouts, the 6-time Pro Bowler and the current 18th best passer on the all-time passing yards list. Fouts comes out firing over the middle to Lance Alworth, who gains 9 on his first reception. Howley makes the stop. Alworth joins Keenan Allen out wide in this prolific receiving core for LA San Diego. Kellen Winslow's the starting tight end. And to round out the skill spots offensively, Keith Lincoln checks in at fullback, and LaDainian Tomlinson is the team's lead tailback and one of the best runners in NFL history. Early movement up front, it's a false start. The all-time LA San Diego Chargers, on the heels of a bounce-back win in thrilling fashion against Seattle last week, comes in undefeated in the preseason early. Inside run, and Tomlinson is decked for a loss. The all-time Cowboys defense, Bob Lilly, Randy White. Player to watch, DeMarcus Ware joins Deion Sanders and Cliff Harris as the leaders of this very talented all-time Cowboys defense. In 4 different seasons, Dallas led the NFL in total defense. On 3rd and 8, the Chargers spread out 3. Fouts hands to Tomlinson on a draw, and he is buried at the 26-yard line by Harvey Martin, and the Chargers go 3 and out. Darren Bennett, the 2-time Pro Bowler out of Australia, is in to punt this one away for the Chargers after the offense goes 3 and out. Bennett drives this one deep, reeled in by Sanders at the 23-yard line, and Lincoln makes the stop at the 34. The all-time Cowboys with 3 outstanding quarterbacks and maybe even a 4th set for the regular season. Their leader is Captain Comeback, the 6-time Pro Bowler out of Navy, Roger Staubach. Troy Aikman is slotted to be the number 2 QB, and at the moment there is a war for 3 between Tony Romo and Dak Prescott. We'll be interested to see who the winner of that battle is and if they go with 4 for the regular season. Smith on the draw, carries the ball inside for 10. Edwards makes the stop. The all-time Cowboys offense features 2 Hall of Famers out wide. Jason Witten's the tight end with Emmitt Smith and Don Perkins. Michael Irvin and Bob Hayes, the leaders at receiver for Staubach and the ones. 2nd and a yard to go. Ball at their own 43-yard line. They'll pitch it to Smith, and he is taken down for a loss. Terrific job inside from Weddle and the rest of that Charger defense. Junior Seau, Eric Weddle, Leslie O'Neal, Derwin James, and linebacker Sean Phillips, the ones to watch for this all-time Chargers first-string defense. The first stringers set to play the first half of this preseason battle, and the backups play the second half. 3rd and 3. They're going to throw it. Staubach on a deep drop, gets rid of it to Jason Witten, and the Hall of Fame tight end out of Tennessee picks up the first down for the Cowboys. Nick Rice in hand from Arlington, Texas, where the all-time Cowboys have engineered a strong start to the drive. Here's Smith on the carry, and Derwin James makes the stop. The all-time Cowboys certainly could have gone with Aikman or even the others vying for the final spot at QB, but Roger Staubach just narrowly undercuts Aikman for the number 1 position, helping guide the Cowboys to the beginning of 5 world championships. That pass to Hayes is incomplete. He was the leader of the 1970s with Tom Landry as the coach. Roger Staubach, a big proponent of that success for the Cowboys early in their franchise's run. Staubach completes a screen. Here's Smith with plenty of room. On 3rd and 10, the running back gains 20. First down, Dallas. Smith, not only the league's all-time leading rusher, a very capable receiving back too. That is the 8-time Pro Bowler out of Florida for the first down. He was part of the later dynasty, the 1990s for the Cowboys. Staubach under duress, and he's taken down by Johnson for a sack. 4-time Pro Bowler out of Grambling State, Gary Johnson, with his first sack of the all-time Chargers preseason. Inside run to Smith on a draw, and he is spilled at the line of scrimmage. Terrific job inside by the Chargers' Sean Phillips. Under 3 to go in the first quarter. The Cowboys faced with 3rd and 12 yards to go. Staubach out of the gun, takes a shot into the end zone, and that pass is reeled in but out of bounds by Irvin. And the Cowboys will be forced to settle for a field goal, it appears. Indeed, they'll bring in Dan Bailey for a long one. On the left hash, out of the hold of Aikman, this one from 50. The kick is up. It's got the distance. Off of the upright, that kick is no good.
The field goal attempt is no good.
Tough break for the Cowboys' Dan Bailey, who is one of the most efficient field goal kickers in NFL history. That one just a bit outside. He is 14th on the all-time field goal percentage list. The quick throw to Lincoln is out of bounds. Let's check out the standings out of the AFC West. The Chargers are the only unbeaten. Denver is 1-1. The Raiders and the Chiefs have yet to win in 2 preseason games. Chargers, as mentioned, on the heels of a bounce-back win, 17-16 over the all-time Seahawks last week. And playing well, Justin Herbert in that game, who's contending with John Hadle for the final quarterback spot. Allworth gains 9 on the catch. Well, Dan Fouts leading the 1s and Phillip Rivers leading the 2s are expected to be the top 2 quarterbacks for the regular season for the all-time Chargers, but that war for 3 rages on. Allen makes the catch, picks up 16 and a first down for the Chargers. A beautiful throw on a rope from Dan Fouts, the Hall of Fame QB. First down at the Cowboy 35, under a minute left. In an exhilarating first quarter, we have no score. Inside run to LT, and the Cowboys were all over that play, led by Sanders and Ware. The all-time Chargers have a pretty good running back too. We saw Smith shine on the last drive, but LT, 7th on the all-time rushing list, was an incredible player and set the single-season rushing record for touchdowns in a year in 2006. 9-yard completion to Winslow, and at the end of one, we have no score from Arlington. Welcome back to beautiful Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A perfect site for the all-time rosters franchise preseason, week 2, featuring the Chargers and the Cowboys. Fouts hands inside to LT, who heads to his left. LT to the 10, and LaDainian Tomlinson is in for the touchdown. The Cowboys brought the blitz inside. Tomlinson races to the outside, and there was no one there to stop him. A house call for LT. And on the opening moments of the second quarter, the extra point from Kading lifts the Chargers in front by 7. We've got ourselves a running back battle today. 4 carries for 26 yards and a touchdown for Tomlinson. We'll see how Smith can respond for the all-time Cowboys as the kickoff from Bennett is driven into the end zone. And Deion Sanders, one of the best return men in NFL history, didn't get much of a chance. Hammered by Gates at the 16. The all-time Cowboys, the league leader as a franchise, winning 57.5% of their games over the course of 64 seasons. Here's Smith into the secondary. James brings him down on a big run from Smith. It's 18 yards and a first down for Dallas. Ball at their own 34-yard line. The Cowboys down early to the all-time LA San Diego Chargers. Smith gets into the secondary again. Dragged down by Johnson. 6 carries for 43 yards for Hall of Famer Emmitt Smith and the league's all-time leading rusher. 1st and 10. Back-to-back brilliant runs from the Cowboys' Emmitt Smith. They'll feed it to him again, and he slips through a hole and picks up 5. A healthy 7 yards per carry in the first half for Smith. Brilliant running for the Hall of Famer. Chargers threaten blitz on a 2nd and 5. Inside run to the counter. Dorsett cuts it upfield and picks up 8 and a first down. He is the 4-time Pro Bowler out of the University of Pittsburgh. While a short-lived, dominant stretch, it was long enough for Dorsett to earn Hall of Fame honors. He is the 10th all-time leading rusher. Staubach looks. He'll take off and run. A capable scrambler, too, and he slides on a gain of 8. He is one of the better scrambling quarterbacks on the all-time Cowboy roster, with 4, maybe getting trimmed to 3 by the regular season. Chargers bring a 5-man rush, and that pass on a screen is incomplete to Irvin. And with 5 minutes left in the half, the all-time Chargers lead the ball game 7-0. As mentioned, Dallas, no NFL team has a better win percentage than the Cowboys as a franchise.
False start, offense, still 3rd down.
The false start backs up Dallas to 3rd and 7. The Cowboys as a franchise are also tied for 3rd in NFL history in playoff wins with 36 and Super Bowls with 5. 3rd and 7. Staubach out of the gun, waits for the snap, and he's got it. Chargers with a man free on the blitz, hit as he throws. That's incomplete with a flag down. Let's check this one out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
It was a free rush from Sean Phillips, and he roughed the passer. That gives them first down inside of the Cowboy red zone in the opening moments of the second quarter. 4:56 left in the half. Cowboys missed a field goal in their last drive. This one looks poised for points. Check down to Smith, but that's a little overthrown that time from Staubach and incomplete. 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Nick Rice in hand from Cowboy Stadium. The all-time Cowboys and the all-time Chargers. A thrilling start to this one. Week 2 of the preseason. 5-man rush. Staubach hit as he throws. Finds Jay Novacek, the reserve tight end, who gains 10. Nailed inches short of the first down. The tight end group of Jason Witten and Jay Novacek, a dominant one in what is anticipated to be one of the most talented tight end groups in the league. Another false start of the offense.
False start, offense, still 3rd down.
Well, the tight ends are good, but the receivers are even better. The Cowboys have 4 Hall of Fame wideouts at their disposal for the all-time rosters franchise. On 3rd and 5, Staubach fires to his left, and to one of the Hall of Famers, that pass falls incomplete. 4th and 5 coming up. Bailey in for the field goal from 30. He missed his last one from 50. This one, out of a good hole from Aikman, is right down Broadway, and the Cowboys score their first points of the game. 4:09 left in the first half. The all-time Chargers 7 and the all-time Cowboys 3. End over and kickoff. Taken by Jefferson a yard deep. He falls his blocks at the 20 and is spilled at the 21-yard line. Those 4 all-time Cowboys Hall of Famers of Drew Pearson, Michael Irvin, Terrell Owens, and Bob Hayes make arguably the most talented wide receiving core of any all-time roster in the National Football League. With that said, the Chargers have a pretty good receiving core too. Fouts throws to his tight end, who couples as a receiver. A 6-yard gain, second grab of the contest for the 5-time Pro Bowler out of Missouri. Charlie Joyner and Lance Allworth have gold jackets. Keenan Allen might join them. It is certainly an interesting discussion. Fouts under duress, taken down by Chuck Howley, the Hall of Famer out of West Virginia, with the sack. 3rd down and 11 yards to go. Chargers would love to avoid a 3-and-out. Out of the Winslow motion, Fouts takes a shot deep downfield, and that pass is picked off by Darren Woodson. And Joyner makes the stop at the 36. Well, Fouts is one of the great gunslingers in the league, and on occasion he could get a little reckless, and he threw one up for grabs that time. Here's Smith on the call. He cuts it back to the 40, the 50, the 40. Here's Smith in the clear, and Emmitt Smith is gone. 64 yards for the Cowboy touchdown. Incredible job. Smith reversed field, and there wasn't a Charger in sight. after LaDainian Tomlinson ran wild in the first quarter, scored the touchdown to begin the second quarter. Emmitt Smith bounces back with a sensational play, 10-7 Cowboys. His numbers today, 8 runs for 112 yards and a touchdown, including the 64-yard beauty, but he's been dominant throughout the game. And Emmitt Smith, at the moment, is the league leader in rushing with 128 yards and a touchdown in the preseason. Here's Jefferson on a good return. And the 3-time Pro Bowler out of Arizona State is wrapped up at the 30. On the heels of the interception, Fouts and the offense begins their next drive, down 10-7. Fouts with a deep drop. He airs it out on the right side, and that one's knocked away by Everson Walls, who had a brilliant interception last week in the Cowboys' shutout win here at Arlington against the all-time Broncos, 30-0. Fouts on second down, gets rid of it to an open Kellen Winslow. That's his third grab of the game. Pickup at 15, Renfro makes the stop on a Charger first down. On the other end of the 2-minute warning here of a good one from Arlington. Smith just scored the long touchdown, but the Chargers in response have marched near midfield. He has Fouts out of the gun, takes a shot towards the end zone, a jump ball, and Allworth makes a circus catch at the 3-yard line. 52-yard pass play. First and goal at the 3, nicknamed Bambi. The 7-time Pro Bowler out of Arkansas, Lance Allworth, with an incredible play. It's first and goal. Fouts is back to pass, and he is dumped. An 8-yard loss on the sack by White. Off of the timeout called from Air Coryell. It's second and goal from the 11-yard line against the blitz. Fouts rolls right, fires into the end zone, and that is knocked away by the Hall of Famer Mel Renfro. Renfro, 26th on the all-time career interception list with 52. That's a rare one that he drops. It's now third and goal from the 11. Inside run on the draw to Tomlinson, and he is in for the touchdown. Back and forth we go between these legends at running back, LT and Emmitt Smith. 52 seconds left in the half, and our score off of the Nate Kading extra point is 14-10. First half numbers for LT in the preseason, 5 for 37 and 2 touchdowns. Both of these running backs look like they're in mid-season form right now. Incredible stuff from both. Sanders from a few yards deep brings it out of the end zone to the 20 and is dragged down at the 25. This is the all-time roster's preseason Week 2 battle between the Chargers and the Cowboys. A good one so far with the San Diego LA Chargers in front 14-10. Here's Staubach on a 4-man rush. He'll take off and run, dances through to the 30, and Staubach picks up 11 on a first down burst to the 36-yard line, and the first timeout is called at the half from Dallas. Staubach with the 4-man rush. He'll take off and run again, and Staubach slides at the 45. Timely timeouts. You wonder if they have enough time here to set things up with just one clock stoppage remaining. They're going to need to play to the sideline here. Third play of the drive. Staubach runs again and scrambles to the Charger 47, and now they'll run a no-huddle. Time is of the essence for the Cowboys right now. And in fact, I don't know what they were thinking, but the Cowboys have burned their final timeout. 4 receivers in at the 47-yard line. Promising start to the drive, but they're out of timeouts. Here's Staubach looking. Fires over the middle into the position where they can't stop the clock, and he's down to the 23. An outstanding 24-yard pass play, but the Cowboys come up empty, and we've played 2 quarters from Arlington. The Chargers lead the Cowboys 14-10. Welcome back to beautiful Arlington, Texas. Week 2 of the all-time rosters franchise preseason. This is where guys contending for final roster spots get their opportunity. The second half is underway. Hall of Famer Mel Renfro from the 2. Gallup to the 30. Great return to the 36. The kicker, Nate Caden, makes the stop. And to take the field, leading the second-string Cowboy offense here for the second half, is Hall of Famer Troy Aikman. Not many quarterback rooms for the all-time rosters franchise have 2 Hall of Fame signal callers. Dez Bryant slips a tackle, and he's got the first down. Weddle makes the stop on a 26-yard pass play. Troy Aikman comes out firing and finds one of the hottest receivers in the preseason, Dez Bryant, coming off of his big performance last week. Check down to Dorsett, and he is wrapped up at the 33-yard line. That is a gain of 5. Dez Bryant with 6 grabs for 107 yards and a touchdown last week in the preseason. He's vying for one of the final roster spots at wide receiver for Dallas. That is a very intriguing position battle in this all-time roster franchise. First down pickup for Dorsett. Bryant contending with CeeDee Lamb, Miles Austin, and Tony Hill for the final wideout positions outside of those 4 Hall of Famers for the Cowboys. Only a couple of them will get spots. Leaping catch from Owens. And that is a gain of 6. Methodical start to the drive, sparked by Bryant. Cowboys in the red zone, needing a touchdown for the lead. Off the blitz, they'll go run with Dorsett. And he is spilled by Fred Dean, inches away from the marker. 3-time Pro Bowler and a Hall of Famer out of Louisiana Tech. An anchor for that defense in the late 70s and early 80s. Then was traded to San Francisco, and he helped them win a few Super Bowls in the 80s. Dorsett cuts it back and gains first down yardage. Pickup of 3. The all-time Cowboys, 5-time Super Bowl champions, have nearly 36 Hall of Fame players on its roster, one of the most talented rosters of all time. Over the middle to Owens, and he is dumped at the 5. That's an 8-yard gain to the Hall of Famer out of Chattanooga. Owens, 3rd on the all-time receiving list, and always seems to get sprinkled in for a conversation of who is the next greatest receiver behind Rice. Aikman taken down by Joey Bosa for a sack. Joey Bosa could be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, certainly has a good argument. 4-time Pro Bowler out of Ohio State, one of the best pass rushers of the 2020s. Aikman under duress, and there's Leslie O'Neal, and the Cowboys will be forced to settle for the field goal. This one from 38. Dan Bailey has split his first 2 attempts, but in comes Matt McBriar, and that kick is good. That one glitch for the all-time rosters franchise just for the preseason is when we go to where the backups play. That is where the punters play kicker and the kickers play punter. Here's Joyner from the 6. Gets a block to the 20. There he goes. Foot race to the end zone. And Charlie Joyner is caught and dropped by Sanders. Great return from Joyner. One of the great wide receivers in NFL history. Who knew? Also a brilliant return man for the Chargers. Under 3 to go in the 3rd. The Cowboys in response to the latest score with the field goal. Rivers finds Garrison. Gain of 11 and a first down.
Gain of 12 on the play.
Phillip Rivers, the 8-time Pro Bowler out of NC State. He is 6th on the all-time passing list with an incredible career as one of the NFL's Iron Men. Inside run to Paul Lowe, and he is stuffed immediately by Bruno. Now Phillip Rivers in a contentious battle for the starting quarterback position for the all-time Chargers, but Dan Fouts got the slight edge, due of course to a couple of key factors such as postseason success and his passing yardage total. Jefferson on a check down gains 4 on the catch. With Phillip Rivers certainly capable to step in when injuries get triggered on for the regular season of the all-time rosters franchise. Could he be thrust in at some point during the year? It'll be interesting. Against the blitz, Rivers throws one into the ground, incomplete. And with that, the Chargers will bring out the field goal unit. Darren Bennett, the punter, in from 32. Hold from Herbert, the kick is up, and that kick is good. 17-13 with a minute to go in the third quarter. And here comes the kickoff. Bennett blasts the ball towards the end zone, and Bob Hayes is down the ball for a touchback. First and 10. Ball at their own 20-yard line. They'll begin the drive on the ground with Dorsett, who's wrapped up at the 23 by Graham. A short gain on first down. The all-time Chargers, to the contrary of the Cowboys, while they do have very similar talent on the field with many Hall of Famers for these two clubs, the postseason success is one of the big differences. Loss of 6, that's Fred Dean. End of the third quarter from Arlington, and the Chargers lead by 4. Start of the fourth quarter from Arlington, where the all-time Chargers lead on the road 17-13. Here's Aikman on a 4-man rush, and Bosa's got him again. The Cowboys bring in Bailey as the offense stalls to begin the fourth quarter. The second-string Dallas offense through 2 drives, 1 lengthy field goal possession, and then that sack. Jefferson with a flag down, wrapped up by Sanders.
Personal foul, clipping by the receiving team.
Clipping on the return team, Rodney Harrison. Next week in the all-time rosters franchise preseason, Chargers head to the desert to battle the all-time Cardinals. Dallas faces the Vikings in Minnesota. 3-yard gain from Neal. Fullback Lorenzo Neal contending with Keith Lincoln for the final fullback position for the all-time rosters franchise. Only one would win out. Neal hoping for a little better run there, but he'll get a longer runway in the preseason. We'll see how long they last. First round of cuts on Monday, 2-yard gain to Gates. And that's the thing. These two teams have a 60-player roster right now, but 2 of them will get cut after this week. The preseason is an opportunity to figure out who exactly are the greatest 53 players on both rosters. Rivers deep to Jefferson, 10 yards and a first down. Beautiful third down throw on a rope to John Jefferson, the 3-year receiver from Arizona State, who's had himself a fine day today in returning and also receiving. Paul Lowe on the call, stuffed immediately at the 29. Under 5.5 to go in the fourth quarter of a good one from Arlington. The all-time Chargers lead the game 17-13. LT and Emmitt Smith shined in the first half for these 2 clubs. Rivers trying to shine in the second half. He goes deep, and Trayvon Diggs has picked him off. And Diggs is down to the 16-yard line. A fantastic catch. The 2021 leader in interceptions, Trayvon Diggs, with a circus catch for the all-time Cowboys. First down to the 16. Aikman airmails that one out of bounds. The all-time Cowboys, best win percentage in NFL history as a franchise. The Chargers all-time winners of exactly 50% of their games. Good for 18th in the league. Check down to Emmitt Smith, who somehow is at receiver, and he gains 11 in first down. The all-time Cowboys have a putrid 12 playoff wins. I say putrid because considering the overwhelming talent they have, it's amazing how little playoff success they have. 1 Super Bowl berth, 0 wins. Deep shot, and Aikman's pass is knocked away by Brown. Incomplete. They are one of only 12 NFL teams right now without a Super Bowl championship, and the Chargers are in the bottom third of the league in playoff victories. So many playoff disappointments for the Chargers in their 64-year history. James with the tag down of Aikman on a short scramble. The Chargers and Cowboys both littered with Hall of Fame talent, one with big playoff wins, the other without. Aikman taken down for a Fred Dean sack. The Hall of Fame end with the third down pressure. The Chargers up 4 will get the ball back with about 3 minutes left in regulation. Dan Bailey, another punt, this one a line drive on the hash to Jefferson. And Irvin makes the stop at the 46-yard line. 3:08 left in the ball game. Glad you're with us. The all-time rosters franchise featuring the Chargers and the Cowboys. The complete highlight package coming up this weekend, and the roster cut day show on Monday. Lowe, the deep back, he'll get the call and is nailed at the 45 by Brady James. He is also vying for a final roster spot at linebacker for the Cowboys. He's got quite the competition. Of course, the leading linebackers, there's a few of them, with Chuck Howley, the Hall of Famer, and Micah Parsons. Final play before the 2-minute warning here. Neal motions in the backfield. Handoff to Paul Lowe, who heads outside and is wrapped up at the 38-yard line. And with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the all-time Chargers will try and milk the clock and win the game right here. They need the 36. Out of the eye, the Chargers, they'll go to the ground. And a pitch to Lowe, and he almost had the handoff taken from him. Check that out from Brady James. And the Chargers will punt it away as the defense of Dallas delivers in a big way. Timeout with 2 to go. The Cowboys have a shot to take the late lead. Kading sends one towards the end zone. Reeled in by Renfro at the 11. He doesn't get very far, giving the Cowboys 150 left in the ballgame. Dallas, field goal would do them no good, so they've got to go 82 yards in under 2 minutes. An opportunity for Troy Aikman to absolutely solidify himself as the number 2 QB at the very least. Bryant, certainly not playing like a number 2 receiver. He's been incredible. First down pickup for the receiver. Over the middle, there's Bryant again, and the 3-time Pro Bowler out of Oklahoma State gains another 6. Weddle with the stop. Third play of the drive. Aikman on fire right now. He's going for it all. Deep shot, and that pass is out of the hands of Bryant. Would have been a tough catch, but one he has made in quite a few games this season. A thrilling finish. The Cowboys' second-string offense. This is the 4th play of this promising drive. 4-man rush. Aikman lobs it to the left into traffic, and Cromartie nearly clinched the win with an interception. 4th down and 4 yards to go. They've got to convert this or the game is over. Chargers line up in a 3-man front this time. Here's Troy Aikman, a chance to be the hero. Owens motions inside. Aikman back, gets rid of it to Terrell Owens. Wide open for the first down on the gain of 10. The drive continues and the comeback try continues. 1st and 10 yards to go. Aikman guns it. Dropped by Smith. Outstanding coverage by Junior Seau, the Hall of Famer, rest in peace. A 12-time Pro Bowler with the Chargers and also an anchor for that Patriots run at 07-2. Aikman lobs it to the left, and Lamb makes the catch. Timeout Dallas, their second. Junior Seau also 3rd on the all-time career total tackles list with nearly 2,000, 1,847 to be exact. Aikman fires into the end zone. A jump ball on the right side. A little bit overthrown to Lamb, who's been a bit quiet today. That pass is incomplete. Certainly the leaders of the clubhouse in the preseason have been Dez Bryant and CeeDee Lamb right now as the final receivers on the roster. Miles Austin and Tony Hill vying for those final spots. Blitz picked up. Aikman on 4th and 3 to Lamb on the sideline. And CeeDee Lamb continues his outstanding preseason. First down, Dallas. That was some sliding catch with 47 seconds to go. Nick Rice on hand, a late game thriller for the all-time rosters franchise. Deep to Lamb, 36-yard touchdown. We've got ourselves a battle for the final wide receiver spot for the Cowboys. Miles Austin, Tony Hill. CeeDee Lamb and Dez Bryant. Lamb and Bryant have both played well today. Out of the hold of Prescott, the kick is good. Cowboys by 3 with 42 seconds to play. 3 grabs for 52 yards and a touchdown. Glad you're with us in a sensational football game tonight. Deep kickoff, Jefferson from the 4. And Michael Irvin makes the stop at the 25. Well, Phillip Rivers has been much maligned throughout his history due to his inability to win close football games late, but that narrative may be a little overstated. He certainly had plenty of brilliant performances late in games, late in playoff games. We'll see if he can deliver here. Rivers gets rid of it to Gates. They're going to need a whole lot more than that. Timeout, LA San Diego on a 3-yard gain. 30 seconds left. Thrilling finish from Arlington. Here's Rivers on a 5-man rush. Deep to Jefferson. He gets by Diggs, and John Jefferson is gone. Phillip Rivers goes the distance on the second play of the drive, and with 21 seconds left, the all-time Chargers take the 23-20 lead. PAT pending. Huge play by Jefferson. And here is Darren Bennett for the extra point. The kick is up, and that kick is good. 24-20, a thrilling football game from Arlington. 3 grabs for 87 yards and the score. An outstanding play. And now the Cowboys, they've got to respond here. Jefferson, in the preseason, he's been dominant as Billy Joe Dupree, the up man, returns the squib kick to the 40. Jefferson now with 6 grabs for 179 yards and 2 touchdowns in the preseason. He caught the go-ahead and the eventual game-winning score against Seattle, and he might have just been the hero again. 24-20. Aikman looking for the deep shot. Air mails this one on the right side, and it's tipped but caught by CeeDee Lamb. Timeout Dallas. What a play. It was off of the deflection. It hit the helmet of Dick Harris, and it's reeled in by Lamb. 51 yards, and the Cowboys are well in position now. Outside of a penalty, this could be the final play of the game unless they throw one into the ground here. It's 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. You can't take a sack. Cowboys out of timeouts. Aikman fires over the middle to Bryant. What are they doing? What are they doing? And the game ends. Luckily, this isn't a regular season game, as exhibition play continues this weekend with the full Week 2 highlights. But my goodness, what a disappointing finish to an otherwise great football game from Cowboy Stadium. A couple of sacks from Joey Bosa in this thrilling contest. It's the all-time rosters franchise preseason. The Chargers win by 4. For the rest of our crew, this is Nick Rice. So long from Arlington. This is the all-time rosters franchise, the series that determined the greatest franchise in NFL history. I am charged to do 95. Roster cut days continue on Monday as these clubs trim their roster from 60 to 58. Guys like Ezekiel Elliott are on the chopping block if they don't pick things up in the preseason. So is Lorenzo Neal vying for the final fullback position for San Diego, Los Angeles. It should be a thrilling and interesting decision-making process for these teams as they try and find out the greatest 53 players in their franchise's history. This is the Dream Season Football League with Charger Dude 95.